What's up, world? This is your guy, Guitar K, and today's video is called Don't Let Your Mind Get Dull, man. Look, our mind is much like our bodies. If you don't exercise it, if you don't challenge it, stretch it, force it to grow, it gets weak, it gets dull. You have to keep it sharp. You ever heard that saying like, this guy is not the sharpest knife in the drawer? You don't want to be that guy. Look, don't let your mind get dull. And what sparked me to make this video is, the other day I was reading a story about a samurai warrior who supposedly had the sharpest sword in the land. And with this sharp sword, he was defeating every enemy. And after every fight, he immediately started sharpening his sword. He stayed sharpening his sword. He kept the blade sharp. So sharp that when he swung it through the air, you could hear it cutting the air. But once he started beating everybody, he started getting laxed. He stopped sharpening it as much. He stopped training it as much. And that's the same thing we can do at life. Once we think we have reached a certain level, we tend to plateau. We stop learning as much. We stop challenging ourselves as much. And we can let our blade get dull. Look, man, you can't feed your mind poison and expect peace. Look, what you think about will shape the color of your soul. So if you let your mind get dull, your life gets dull. Your actions get dull. Your words get dull. What you go after starts to be dull. You're starting to go after easy things. You don't want to challenge anymore. You start picking from the low-hanging fruits. You start picking the fruits off the ground. Look, the decisions that you make when your mind is dull, the way you spend your time, it's like once you're dull, you start to settle for what is dull. The conversations that you have, the company that you keep, the jobs that you go after, the life partners that you choose. Look, it's like everything that you go after once your mind is dull, you want everything easy. You want everything comfortable. You don't want to go after nothing hard anymore. You don't want to challenge anymore. And when you're seeking comfortability, you're going to be weak, man. There's no strength in seeking comfortability. You find strength in a challenge. You find strength in going after the hard things. Look. You spend your time watching TV. Like I said, having unfruitful conversations that ain't going nowhere. Just seeking comfort. Just seeking instant gratification. You just want to feel better at the end of the day. So you tend to stay away from things that's actually going to make you better. You don't even want to get sharp anymore. So you stay away from things that's actually going to make you sharp. And you tend to only go after things that's just going to keep you dull. Because staying sharp takes work. Staying sharp is a challenge. You're going to have to do something. You're going to have to grind against something. It takes friction to stay sharp. But like I said, who wants to be that dull blade? Who want to be that blade that can't cut the way that it used to? You want to stay sharp. Do what you need to do to stay sharp. Practice new hobbies. Learn new skills, man. Go back to school. Learn new trades. Stay sharp. Don't let your mind get dull. It's just like your body. It's just like your muscles. You don't use it, you lose it. You're always seeking pleasure, which is one of the easiest ways to stay dull. Always seeking pleasure and comfortability leads to a dull life. It seems like it's the right thing to do, but in the long run, you're only hurting yourself. When you look for all the easy things to do now, you're making it hard for yourself in the long run. But when you do the hard things now, you make it easier for yourself in the long run. Stay sharp. Keep your blade sharp. I'm a Wu-Tang fan. And if you're a Wu-Tang fan like me, if you used to listen to those guys, that's all they talk about, man. Keep your sword sharp. Keep your blade sharp. You best protect your neck. Exercise your mind. Read things. Read challenging things. Not just things for entertainment. Challenge your own beliefs. Talk to people. And not just people that agree with everything you say. Talk to people that disagree with you. Try to see their points of view. Try to learn new things, man. And like I said, not just things that's for entertainment. Seek knowledge. Seek wisdom. Don't only watch things as pleasurable and for entertainment. You got to seek out growth. You got to want to grow. You got to seek out new ideas and learn new perspectives. Learn to listen. Not just hear people. Learn to listen. Take it in. Not talk all the time. Not talk over people. You got to listen to learn. It's rare that you're learning when you're talking. It's rare that you're sharpening your blade when you're talking. You got to go away to your quiet place and meditate and make sure that your blade is sharp. Don't be stepping out here with no dull blade, man. You're going to get your head cut off every single time if you keep running around in fights with a dull blade. Look to understand instead of trying to be understood all the time. Download some new information. You ain't going to know where you're going if you're still operating off the old MapQuest. Get the new information, man. The world is constantly changing. You can't get by with what you used to know. Keep your blade sharp. And not only just learn things, learn to apply what you learn. That's wisdom. To just have a bunch of knowledge, to just have it and not apply it, you might as well not even have it. That's the same thing as having a dull blade. Carrying around a dull blade, you might as well not be carrying around no blade at all. If it ain't sharp, it's not useful. Again, like I said, man, learn new skills, find new hobbies, new interests. Keep your thought process fresh. Keep it up to date. Do mental exercises, man. It's just as important as physical exercise. Physical exercise is very important too, because when your body feel weak, your mind tend to feel weak. Look, your brain will naturally try to save energy. It'll just try to coast and take it easy. Just like your body, you have to force it to exert itself. Look, writing, reading, playing an instrument, trying new recipes, walking in new areas, hiking in new routes, trying new and different exercises, doing some math problems, doing some science problems, watching educational shows. Don't let your mind get lazy. Don't let your body get lazy. Don't let your blade get dull. Keep that mental blade sharp at all times. Keep your thinking cap on at all times, man. Stay sharp. This is your guy, Guitar K. Be more